Hi there, everyone, and thank you for joining us in another webinar from Edibon International. Today, Sergio and we are going to present to you this unit for studying heat pump system fundamental, practical, and another stuff related to the process itself. My name is Francisco Baldo, and Sergio Vizcaino and I will be your host for this seminar along the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes or so. So before we definitely go to the unit and the system or the technology related to this equipment, I just would like to share a note. Our official broadcasting platform is Zoom, but in case we get disconnected, you will receive an email from our panelists from a link for Teams to get connected to that platform. But I do not expect any incidents on this. Just a backup plan in case we get disconnected. All right. So this is the unit, our Bar 22C, an equipment for studying concepts, fundamental and practicals related to a heat pump system. Actually, we have other options in our thermodynamics area, but this is just one of them. Later, Sergio, when he goes to the practical possibilities or exercises, when he reruns the unit itself by operating it from the SCADA system, you will see some more technical example by adjusting parameters or setting the unit itself using those variables related to temperature or flow and pressure. Okay, let's start with the compressor. The compressor is located over there, is one of the main parts of the unit as it releases temperature and pressure to the refrigerant, to this heat system, to say that. The second part, and another very important one, is the four-way valve or the cycle inversion valve, which is located just right beside this Edibon logo, which allows you to switch or invert cycles or phases in heating and cooling, once again in this heat environment. You can see that you have two condensers dash evaporators, one on each side of the unit, and they interchange this heat with the environment using the refrigerant for that by expanding this heat or absorbing the heat, always interacting with the refrigerant itself. Also, manometers available here for a proper measure. A flow meter over there. I'm pretty sure you can see this, which work along with the expansion valve that controls flow and pressure to this heat pump system. Just right beside these condensers dash evaporators, we can see, you cannot see that because we don't have a camera from the top to the unit, but you can see two serpentine coils here that when water work along with the refrigerant. Another very important thing is this unit can work in terms of fluid. This unit can use both water and air as fluids. And before Sergio goes to the presentation of our technology, I just would like to give you a 3 minutes introduction about Edibon. Edibon is one of the major players in the technical educational field in the world. We design and manufacture teaching equipment for a proper technical education and also equipment for advanced applied research. pretty much, or REF, 90% of our production goes abroad to over 150 countries. And so mainly our production is exported to these countries in the world. In terms of, we design and manufacture everything in our house, everything in our facility. Edibon neither outsources any kind of engineering services nor resells any equipment. We design and manufacture everything here. Our 1,000 of the units are distributed across 14 areas, which ranges from physics to biomedical engineering, number 1 and number 14, but also we have main other more important ones like energy, electricity, mechanics, fluid mechanics, chemical engineering, environment, food technology, and some others. Easy to identify. Then when you go to our website, you log in our website, access it, and the main screen will pops up, and when to the drop down products, we can easily select or see which areas interest you at most and make some search by using our units reference or search for keywords and anything else. Just take a look on the tabs there, products. Another very interesting one is news, where you can have access to the Edibon world, because we post there news about Edibon and what exactly we are interacting with. All right. What else? We gave a pretty much a general explanation about the units. Maybe I have forgotten something. Sergio can add that with some more technical details. He's going to control this unit by using a device we have, an accessory you can purchase along with this unit called PLC HMI, which is a human-machine interface. As Sergio could be easily walk around this lab here and controlling the unit from there. Okay. What else? Before we go to closing, I have some. I share some more notes with you before we finish. Okay. I leave you with Sergio.
Hello everyone. As my colleague Francisco already told you, the unit, the CBAR 22C, is a unit that represents everything that you need to know about refrigerator and pond and heat exchanger. What I mean, that all the information that you need for the knowledge about air conditioner or heating in a house, in an office, in whatever, you can get from the unit. Okay, that means that, for example, you have the air conditioner in your house, so you have the split, and also outside they have a big box with the unit. Everything here is combined with the unit, so you can see all the elements that control the temperature, the flow of the refrigerant, and everything. Okay, so the unit, as already Francisco told you, has different elements. Okay, all the elements that is included in the unit can be controlled by our SCADA software. Okay, we have different elements like sensor and actuator. Okay, everything can be controlled by the SCADA software. The sensor, they have your reading, and you will see in the software, and vice versa. You have some actuator that you can control from the software. Actuator, we have, for example, we have the compressor that compress the refrigerant to extend the heat in the condensator evaporator. Okay, but we have also another kind of actuator, like the fan. We have one fan here, another fan here. What I mean that we can exchange the heat with air through the fan. Okay, the fan can be controlled by the software. What else? We have a very important item with the unit. We have the 4 waste valve here. That means that we can, for example, we are in summer, we want to have fresh air in our house, so we put the four ways valve in one way, another one. What what can I say? That if you need cold, okay, in your room, for example, you have to direct the flow of the refrigerant from one side or another one, because one side it will give you heat, and another way they will give you cold. So with this valve, you can exchange. Okay, that's the very important part about this unit. For example, in your house, you have the air conditioner, and on winter you use the heater, okay, but in summer you need the cold. This valve is the same one that you have in your air conditioner at home, okay? So this is another actuator that you can use from the software. Sensor, we have several thermocouples that you can control how is the performance of the unit. So temperature will go higher, another lower, because the exchange of the heat. We have different pressure sensor to know the pressure between and before and after the compressor, to know the pressure of the refrigerant. Okay. We have different flow meter. Flow meter to see the flow of the water, because we can exchange heat through the water by air, or vice versa. And we have also a flow meter for the refrigerant. Okay. Also, we have different another sensor to know the power of the compressor. Okay. We have different other valve. For example, this one that this is manual, but this is to control the flow to go to one way, another one. But everything else is controlled by the software. Okay. We also have another items in the unit that you cannot control, but is necessary to the performance of the unit. For example, we have a pressure stat here to, for safety reason, avoid to get a higher pressure. We have also a accumulator, a filter, another kind of item that is also necessary to the performance of the unit. But most of that can be controlled by the software, okay? That I'm going to show you in 1 second, okay? Okay, if I am not mistaken, you now are watching the SCADA software, okay? The SCADA software for Edibon is quite simple and quite visual. If you know how to use one, you mostly know how to use all the different software from Edibon. Okay, for example, in the middle we have a zoom for the scheme of the unit. As you can see, here we have the compressor, the different sensor like the pressure sensor or thermocouple, and the three-way valve, and other elements like the condensator or evaporator, depending which way is the valve active or not. Okay. Also, we have some flow meter, the accumulator, filter, and other thing that is also necessary for the unit. Okay. As you can see on the right side and the top, we have all the sensors. As you can see, we have thermocouple from ST1 to ST10. As you can see, with the different values of this sensor, you can realize how it's working the unit, if it's improving his temperature for the air conditioner or for the heater. You can control all the performance of each element. Okay. Also, we have the pressure sensor to know the pressure before and after the compressor, and the flow to see the flow of the refrigerant or the water for the helicoil that exchange the heat. Okay. On the right side, on the bottom, we have the actuator, okay, that you can control different items from the system, okay. For example, you see the compressor, ABS is the four-way valve, and this two one is the fan for the evaporator or condensator, depending on what you're using, okay? Also, we have on the bottom in the middle of the SCADA software, we have the graph. It's very easy, very visual, because you can choose all the values that you want to see, okay? And it depending of how you actuate with the actuator, these values are going to modify or in real time, okay? For example, we're going to use the flow meter of the compressor, okay? I mean the flow meter of the refrigerant, that is SC1. For example, if we activate the compressor, first we see that the pressure before and after the compressor are changing. SP1 now is 5 and rising, and SP2 is 3.8 bar, okay? Also, you can see that the flow sensor SC1 now is 16 liters per minute. That's the flow of the refrigerant, okay? As you can see, also, we will see like some temperature are going to rise or go down because different element of the unit, okay? Also, we have here the controller of the fan, okay? Example, we can put the fan 100%. And we can see like some temperature are rising. For example, ST1, that is the temperature after the compressor, is almost 30 degrees. But for example, ST4, that is another temperature, is now 80 degrees. Now, if in few seconds, we have seen that the temperature is going to rise or go down, depending, but very fast because the compressor and the flow of the refrigerant, okay? So with the software, it's quite visual and very easy to control all the parameters of the unit, okay? You can see flow, you can see temperature, and also pressure. And you can control the compressor, the four-way valve, and also the two fan of the evaporator and the condensator, okay? And with the graph, you can see all the pressure and all the values on real time, okay? I think it's quite visual and very important to know how is the performance of the unit. Also, with our SCADA software, we have one option is to save data. This is very important because the student can go to the lab, do the exercise, save the data, go to their house, do the homework, and the next day can give the teacher the result. The data is going to be downloaded in an Excel format, so it's very easy to make some calculation, some graph, and whatever you need to do the experiment or the exercise in your home. Okay? So as you can see, the software for Edibon is quite simple and very important for me. It's quite visual because you can, with a very fast look to the screen, you can get a lot of information in real time. You can see values in number with the analog sensor, but also you can see graph that you can see how the temperature is increasing, decreasing in real time, okay? And it's quite easy because in this case, we have very few actuators. For example, if we can change the values of the fan, is very easy. Also, you can move here, or also you can write, for example, the percentage. Like a comment I want to say, for example, now we are using the unit. Okay, so the compressor is working. Why not? Why not this? Because the actuator is on, and because we have a difference of pressure between after and before the compressor. What I mean that, for example, right now we cannot activate the four-way valve. Why? Because the different pressure between before and after is too high. Okay. For example, if we want to change the heat and cold from one side for another one, I mean to change the air conditioner to heater, we have to, for example, switch off the compressor. As you can see, the flow SC1 is decreasing and also the watts, okay? And the difference between SP1 and SP2 are going similar. Once the pressure between SP1 and SP2 are similar, the valve, the four-way valve is going to be available again. For example, now, as you see, is open and closed. Why? Because the different pressure between SP1 and SP2 is very low. So for example, if now we activate the four-way valve and the compressor, you will see that the zone temperature is going to change from before. One is going to be hot, another one to be cold. Okay, that's when you use the air conditioner in your home, you change to heat to cold. It's exactly the same, but this way the student can know why and how this is happening. Okay, that's the most important part about this unit, that you can now how this this unit like a conditioner or heat and pump are working in real life. Okay. So if you have any question, you can stop any moment and ask whatever you need to know. Okay. But I think with the information as I have given you about the unit and also the SCADA software is more than enough to know how is uh, how is it. Okay, it's very easy to understand, very easy to control, and very visual. That for me, my personal opinion, is the most important part about this kind of unit. Okay.
All right. My friends, I forgot to say that Sergio talked a little bit about this, but I forgot to say that this unit features 15 electronic sensors, 10 temperature sensors, 3 flow sensors, and 2 pressure sensors, all throughout the unit in specific and strategical points of the unit, rightly located throughout the unit. What else I have forgotten on this? From the unit perspective, I guess Sergio gave you a very complementary information from the technical point of view. And from the unit itself, from my side, that's all. But I really would like to go back to Edibon, some more information about Edibon. Many people ask us if what about the presentation of this event? No worries, because in the next couple of days, you are receiving a presentation of this event, much more complete than the speech we are giving you in this moment, as well as this video which is being recorded. This is important because by using the presentation, you get much more information available from Edibon'S. Sergio, for example, is in charge of after-sales services, and this there are a lot of texts related to that. But anything you need to ask us, just send us an email to edibon@edibon.com, or by accessing our website, www.edibon.com. You can have lots of information, as I said before, and on the bottom of the page, you can access not only our contact data, but also links to our social media. get connected to our social media. We are present in the main common ones or the main important ones. And just get connected to that for starting receiving some information, very interesting information from the Edibon family or the Edibon world. You get information as soon they are posted on that. What else? Warranty certificates, quality certificates, any documentation related from our business, like catalogs, can be downloaded directly from our website at the bottom of the page as well, right beside contact data and links to our social media. You can get much information from that. All right, what else? In this presentation, before I forget, there is a slide that present to you our area managers, and there you can have contact details of each one. So depending on where you are, you can contact as this Edibon area manager they are divided by zone or by region. You can easily identify the countries they work for, and you can contact them directly instead of sending an email to edibon@edibon.com. So you can make them or send them direct inquiries or requests, share any information you want. If you need a representative in our country, they will be assigning you one in order to assist you in anything you need. That's the idea. Bring you closer to our brand, have you closer to us in order to understand what's really going on in your lab, in your department, in your college or faculty, because we would like to understand what you have placed or intend to place in terms of acquisition for your lab. Do not always have in mind that Edibon International can be a quite strong option for you in terms of technical educational solution. Oh, another thing I forgot to say before, we are stronger from the top to the bottom, from engineering, TVET, and then secondary educations. And these areas, these 14 areas we have available, cover most of the technical areas in the market. Anything else, Sergio, to add to this?
Everything is okay and
Okay,
clear.
for the moment, that's all, folks. But we really would like to continue this conversation in a more close context. So get in touch with you. So I always like having some video conferences or conference calls with you, because you always have many questions, and I don't know if them were answered in the chat or not. But anyway, we always like, after this kind of event, having some close contact with you for answering these questions and assisting you in anything you need. If you have a request, if you have a technical demand, share this with us, because sometimes not necessarily what you are searching in our website will match what you need. Maybe we have the very same solution disguised by naming it using another words, for example. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Because maybe we have named a specific reference using another name, not the common one used in the market. I don't know. That's just an example. So share with us what you have in mind in terms of acquisition for this year. If you need budgetary quotations or anything, if you need a quotation for asking for funds, or for submitting a new project for intending to to applications, or if you intend to application for funds and you need to design a project for that, we can help you with this. I guess from my side, that's all. More focus on commercial perspective and Sergio on the technical ones. If there is no or nothing to add, I leave you saying thank you for once again for being part of this, assisting or joining us in this webinar, and just have in mind to contact us after this event, and then we'd like to continue this conversation in a closer way, and by giving you a more personal attention or assistance. That's what I want to say and finish this webinar with. Thank you again for joining us. I see you next time.